Hi, folks. Today we're looking at what you get inside of a Pulaco Submersible Water Pump. This is price points, I think $20 for this little guy, or $14.99 on Amazon, where it says it's at a garden and an aquarium pump. You can see here they show you like some really cool effects. I just want to show you what's inside of this box, in case you want to know exactly what you get and the measurements of it. So you get a nice little hose, but it's not very long. I'll do the measurement of actually how long this hose is. Looks like a 1/4 inch hose. It's very rubbery, so it's an easy, it's movable, posable. Actually, it's pretty good. I mean, and it's thick enough so where you can put it. But let's find out how long it is. The hose I got is 39.5 inches, so it's a little more than 3 feet. Inside the pump itself, we're going to measure this so then you know exactly how big it is. Mainly these are, if you're putting it inside a fish tank, this is really going to go in like maybe behind one of those compartments, or you're trying to hide it. You may want to know exactly how big the airway is. You move this right here to take your intake. So this is how much water and flow is actually going to suck inside. So that one's like barely anything. That's closed, and then that's full load. As you can see, the little marks right there. All right, it does have the twisty top, but that's actually not a twisty top. That looks like that one is the part where you just take the hose itself and you push it in, which it comes with that attachment, and I'll show you that attachment in a second. But let's measure this. We're gonna have a tape measure here, and you can see that it is about 2.5 inches this length. It is 2 inches height-wise, and width we're going to take from the bottom. It's about 1.75 inches. So that is your measurements for the actual pump itself, just in case you're like, hey, I want to know how far it can slide into a little spot. That's, you know, like, because when I was trying to buy it, I was buying it for a buddy, and I needed to know, we were looking for the particular one for where it can fit inside of his tank. So, and this is the 2 adapters that you get inside. We'll open those up as well. So the adapters you get, this is the type that fits here. Okay, so that's good. That's pretty snug. So I was worried about that, whereas sometimes these aren't very snug, and so it comes off really easy, especially with water being pushed out. But that's actually a really good fit, and this one doesn't fit on top. So this is not the right hose for this particular one. So this one is, if you're going to go for a little bit better, this is probably a 1/2 inch. Whereas this one is your 3/4, and that's also snug as well. And then you take this piece right here and you put it in. It's like so. You would push it in a lot more, maybe heat it up a little bit so then you can slide it in. Now, the problem with this particular one here is that that's not a normal fish tank. Just so you're going to have to get another adapter to downsize this hose. Just keep that in mind if you are putting it inside a fish tank. If you're not putting it inside a fish tank, then you just know that this is the type of hose you're going to do. And this is a 1/2 inch, and this is definitely, no, this is a 1/4 inch, and this is a 1/2 inch. So just know kind of what you're going to get with your little pump, and it is just a normal, generic power source. And it does have suction cups on the bottom for usage wise. I don't know the amount you're going to pump up, but typically these smaller ones, this is probably as a 3, they probably gave you this hose, 3 feet's probably as high as it can pump up. Now, the bigger the models, the better they can pump upward. I had to buy a bigger one for 10 feet. This one probably can do a max 3 because this is what your hose is. So that's what that is. If you guys want to see this in action, or if you want to see how much it actually can pump, we can do that. But I was just kind of showing you what you get inside this particular model, and the price point's around, I think, $15 to $20, at least on Amazon. And there's the model that it is. Head 4 feet. Okay, so this is trying to show you that the most it can pump up is 4 feet. That is why this is 3.5 feet, or 3 feet 3 inches to be exact. Is why they gave you just this hose, so it can only go 4 feet tall. If that's what it's trying to emphasize there, and it's trying to say that its flow rate is 160 GPH. So that's this particular model's rating at. Yeah, and it gives you a little guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.